Can you guys hear me? Let's see if they can hear me. Okay, looks like they can hear me. All right, we're back. We're back. We got a better connection. Better connection. Now, where was I before my stream shut down? That's right. That's right. That's right. Where were? So Jessica showed up on the stream, said it was quiet when it was time to ask questions or conversate with the woman. We had three of the dudes freeze up, but then it got worse. Jessica, she clearly outclassed AJ seeing red in the debate. I would play, but I don't have time to go back and time stamp everything. And what this woman did, she almost completed the trifecta. If she would have cammed up, because the only argument that AJC in red was, he said Jessica X was corny. He couldn't give an explanation at the time because he was getting work. He was getting work, so he tried to throw something out there. He was on the rope trying to cover up. Just trying to get out away from the onslaught of the verbal ass whipping he was getting from Jessica X. And then the dudes who was watching, they wanted Jessica X to cam up because they knew if she would have cammed up and solidified her position and solidified that Snapchat filter, the game would have been over. So that was a small mishap in Jessica X's game. She left the door open for another one of these females who could possibly look better, catch fire, and get these dudes to sit for. But so that was two of the incidents. Then there was a third incident. I had to watch my man O'Shea Duke Jackson do a premiere on the OnlyFans. That's right. You guys know what OnlyFans is. It's the site where these women, these Instagram models, these Instagram thoughts, these now day and night walkers, they don't have to be on the blade no more, but they can come on OnlyFans. They can sell pictures, and dudes would even pay good money for dudes to message with. So I had to watch O'Shea break down how, I guess, some content creator who was in the sphere, who was in the woman who was a part of this sector, had a OnlyFans page, and within 24 hours, the dudes donated $1,250 to her. Then there was another woman on there who made $50,000 in 3 months. Now, if we extrapolate that money over a whole year, we do 50,000 times 4, because we got 3, 6, 9, 12. So 50,000 times 4, that's 200 grand years worth salary on one female who really wasn't all that special. You guys seen the picture? We talking weed tattoos. Your typical hood rat in the community. I was breaking in 200K 200K via OnlyFans because these dudes, they cannot stop simping. They can't refrain from simping. And from what I hear, you could hack into the OnlyFans system and get most of these videos for free, but dudes rather pay up to the tune of 200K, and that's just for one woman. So we could easily over the year, we got dudes spending millions of dollars OnlyFans, but you got real brothers like O'Shea, real brothers like hell, even Kevin Samuels with the image. You got Holly Gabe, you got people trying to engage in real business, looking for support from the brothers. But what the brothers rather do is they rather trick and make it rain on these women. We got my man Just Chill. He says, stop simping in 2020. I don't think these people will be able to refrain from simp. I don't think they'd be able. I mean, when you making 50K in 3 months just off OnlyFans donation, we're not talking about whatever endeavors you got. We talking just OnlyFans, just taking pictures. These dudes is paying top dollar for pictures. So with that said, I know y'all dying to get on. I know y'all dying to get on. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna see if I could bring some of the brothers up. I'm gonna bring some of the brothers up. I gotta bring some of these brothers up. Cause we gotta have a conversation about what happened on Rash the Bad Guys channel. How these guys just let me see. I'm gonna play it one more time because this is one of the most hilarious things I ever saw. I want to play it one more time. We gotta stop the show right there because she's on that bullshit already. She gonna sit up there on the live stream in a red pill space, just saying that those simp jokes was just jokes that they wasn't really simping. Nobody had the intestinal fortitude to give this woman any pushback on what she just said. Nobody said, Jessica, you got 30 Negroes watching your channel. Your stream is titled Let's Kick It. Stop the show right there. We gotta stop the show right there. She did a stream titled Let's Kick It. We got 30 Negroes in there. Jessica X. You saying these dudes aren't simping. In return for these dudes watching your channel, giving you attention and validation, what are they getting worthwhile in return from watching your stream? Nobody wanted to ask her that first. Nobody wanted to ask her that. Instead, what they rather do, what they rather do. This is what they rather do. They on the stream entitled "Let's Kick." This is what they doing. This is what they rather do. Let's see if I can share it. They are on the stream entitled "Let's Kick It." We got Jessica X trying to explain. Hold on, I don't think you guys got to hear it because I'm still getting used to this. I'm still getting used to this stream, y'all. I'm still getting used to StreamYard.
I did my first live stream maybe like the day before yesterday now. Yeah. And so, okay, the whole simping thing, there were a lot of simp jokes in the comment section, but they were just that, they were jokes. And anyone who'd sort of been in the environments that I've been in would have realized that they were only jokes. They weren't genuine. So guys weren't genuinely simping or saying, you know, I think there was one thing, it was like, I'm simp number 7. And obviously he doesn't mean that. It was a joke. It's just,
Look, nobody gave any pushback. Nobody said, "Hey, Jessica, that's incorrect." Because the whole point of a joke is to gain humor for something's real. For instance, if you got a fat mama and I say your mama is so fat, the reason it's a joke because your mama's fat. The reason they making a joke about simping because they simping, Jessica, but nobody wanted to give any pushback. They was biting their tongues, sitting on their head, intimidated by the sweet nectar, the sweat that was dripping down her cleavage and between her titties. They couldn't even speak to this woman. I'm gonna play it some more.
just a long running joke. And yeah. It's really not that deep.
Okay, now she's on here now. I gotta be quiet now. Goddamn.
Yeah, it's got quiet all of a sudden.
But Fred, you said you want to ask. You said you want to ask.
I want to know if you was some English.
I don't have any questions for her.
No, I didn't have a question.
Oh man,
I got plenty.
The first videos. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, I didn't really care.
I got plenty.
Now all of a sudden these dudes, they got no questions. They got no questions whatsoever. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna see if anybody wanna come on and talk, speak their piece, explain. If you was on the stream talking about something, I don't got no questions. You had nothing to say after you was talking all that trash just a couple of minutes early. You could come on the Grandmaster Troll. You try to explain why the cat had your tongue. That's why I want somebody to explain it to me. Somebody explain it to me. We had, I think, Soul Provider. We had Cova, AJC, Red, Brian, Triple X, Reg, the bad guy. Hell, even Jessica. I want somebody to explain it to me. What the hell happened? What I want to know what happened. I just want to know. All of a sudden, you on YouTube talking, and all of a sudden, when it's time to ask questions to this fine specimen, I really don't even care, man. I'm just here having a good time. I'm just kicking it. I just want somebody to explain. I'm looking for somebody to hit the link, and nobody want to hit it. We got 36 live viewers. 36 live viewers, and nobody can give the Grandmaster Troll a reasonable explanation as to what the hell happened yesterday. I just want somebody to explain to me because I was watching it live. That was probably one of the first Rash the Bad Guy streams I watched from the very beginning to the very end. We got Mr. Slenderman says that level of sipping is almost as bad as Mr. CIA. Full Circle says he already got that answer. Scream says that Jason Creed. All I can say is Jessica got your money, and yes, it's alarming. I mean, she is getting ready to rob the black manosphere blind. But we already seen something like this happen before. We already seen something like this happen before. Let me see if I could pull this picture up for you guys. Let me see if I could pull it up for you guys. Because it already happened with this person right here. We talking about Paris Milan. We talking 227,000 subscribers that black men helped her get. What am I talking about? What am I talking about here? We all know Paris Milan. She was on O'Shea's platform a lot. You know, she got a lot of brothers to subscribe, a lot of brothers to donate to her. And then she went on Boyce Watkins, was on Boyce Watkins' channel for a hot second. No, they were talking that, you know, I'm down for the cause, that pro black be black, that be one first, that black people first, black love, this, that, and the such, you know, black men and black women need to stay together. You guys know what happened. And then we click on the channel. We gotta click on the channel. We talking 227,000 subscribers. Can anybody tell me what dude in this sector in the black manosphere has 200,000 plus subscribers? I need somebody to tell me. I need somebody to tell me. And then you go to her channel. She got a number of videos talking bad about black men. If I'm just keeping it real, this using dudes to get their platform started leveling up and don't even reach back to the same brothers who helped them. It happens time and time and time again. And you about to watch it with Jessica X, but only this time your boy Grandmaster Troll. Oh, I'm gonna be here for the ride. I'm gonna call the brothers out. I'm gonna call the game changers out. I'm gonna call the DJ Coolers out. I'm gonna call the Bernard Rileys out. You gotta call these Negroes out. Because you're going to watch the Jessica X channel explode to 100,000 subscribers. And then you're going to look at the brothers who put her on, and they're going to have less than 3,000 subscribers. She's going to be raking in all that money. All of a sudden, all the dudes who helped build her platform, they won't be on her platform. She going to go spin off and do her own thing, making all that money. Then you want to just look up and be like, man, why don't the black manosphere have any company, any corporate sponsors? But you look at the Paris Milan's channel, you look at the Cynthia G's channel, you're gonna look at the Jessica X channel, you're gonna see all these corporate brand sponsors, and you're gonna look around, man, what the hell's going on? But the whole time you was uplifting these women content creators and getting nothing in return for it. Now I can understand if you was getting something in return for it, but you Negroes is getting nothing in return for it. Nothing in return for basically free promotion. Now you're not getting a percentage, you're not getting a kickback, you're not getting free advertisement, you're not getting a shout out, you're not getting titty pictures, you're not getting a late night BJ, you're not getting a lap dance, you're not even getting a free OnlyFans picture. You literally doing it for free. You doing it off the strength. You doing it off the strength of simping. Point blank, period. So when we look back at a number of months, we're going to look back at these news. We're going to see how many subscribers you got, how many subscribers Jessica X got, We're gonna go to your stream. You're gonna be begging for donations, begging for support. You're gonna look at the Jessica X stream, the same brothers who was watching you donate, they making it rain on Jessica X, and you're gonna sit back and wonder why you ain't getting the level of support you think you should be getting. Grandmaster Troy, I'm just gonna sit back and laugh because it's gonna happen again. It always happens, generation after generation. Cynthia G. Now, when you watch her channel and she talking about Beta Mel Coons, she got a corporate sponsor selling used cars. You look at Paris Milan, she got a quarter of a she got almost just shy of a quarter of a million subscribers on a monetized channel, easily getting 200,000 views per video, easily. My man Manco says she won't even cam up for these. Ain't seen how the chick really look or nothing. Just the avatar. They don't even know if we don't even know. Don't even know. You said Mr. Slenderman says O'Shea did live streams and Thirstbox video simping for her. Now she shit on black man. How does he feel? I tell you, I tell I tell you, y'all Negro simp hand is strong. Boy, it is strong. 50,000 in 3 months. Quarter of a million subscribers. The simp hand is strong by word of the simp now. This is what y'all do it for. This is what y'all go in for right here. I'm going through this catalog right here. I got one right here. Black men don't know how to be faithful. Look at him. This is the person you put on. These are the people you put on. So it looks like nobody is going to join the live stream. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out a little bit early. My man Mateen sent me a $1 cash app. Let me tell you. I can already see. I gotta start making rules because we got dudes cash apping $1. See, this is supposed to be the reject army. We're supposed to be big ballers. We're supposed to be big spenders. I mean, y'all make it rain on these hoes. Y'all make it rain on these hoes. I mean, when these hoes get super chats, it ain't a blue super chat. It ain't a light green, a light blue. That you guys know that turquoise super chat. It ain't no $1.99, no $2.99, no $5. I mean, when these women do their live streams, they get yellow super chats, they get red super chats, they get purple super chats, and your boy the GMT and some of these other dudes like Rash the Bad Guy or pick your favorite content creator in the manosphere, all we could get is blue super chats. You guys don't believe me. You guys don't believe me. Hold on. You guys really don't believe me. We gotta get back to the basics. We gotta get back to the basics. We gotta get back to the. I'm gonna play one of Yvette Carnell's because when you go through her super chats, hold on.
Okay, let's do this.
You see, we really gotta break. We gotta break down what's really going on in these YouTube streets. We really gotta break it down. We really gotta break it down. We really gotta break it down. Hold on, let me see if I can. Bloop. We really gotta break what's going on in these YouTube streets. I really gotta show you what's really going on in these YouTube streets because most Negroes don't know. We got my man Mr. Soap. He says an orange is $50. We really gotta break down what's happening in these YouTube streets. Let's see. Can I get one? Can I get one? No replay. Hold on. Let me see. I know I could get one. I know I could get one. I know I could get one, at least one. Show me what I'm looking for. Show me what I'm looking for. So while that thing go ahead and buffers, when these dudes, when these women go live, they get red super chats, they get orange super chats, they get the purple super chats, but the brothers can only get the blue and green and 50-cent cash apps, $2 cash apps. No, I do appreciate, but show your boy if you want more of the trolling content. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. You got yellow super chats, you got orange super chats, you got purple super chat. I mean, they really, and the whole thing is she talking about reparations, but you Negroes been crying about reparations for 100 years, and it seems like you Negroes, you may never get reparations, but you will donate to somebody who's fighting to give you something that you know you're not going to get at the end of the day. But when the brothers is giving you good content, whether it be business, stocks, educational, lifestyle, help at the job, interview, moving up the corporate ladder, you Negroes won't support. But the minute Jessica X get on OnlyFans, y'all will donate her $50K in 3 months. Now I know why I'm not getting any donations, because you Negroes then gave them OnlyFans girl $50,000 in 3 months and you cashed out. You cashed out. You cashed out. Shout out to my man Rob Croup. He says simps will always be amongst us. Keep your foot on it. See, this is how you get rid of the simps. So we gotta purge ourselves from the simps. We can't let simps come into our space. So when we see these simps over there dropping money via super chat, just like they were so ready to ban women from moderating on their channels and letting women on their panels, will the manosphere have the heart to ban simps who come in the chat room, ban simps who are moderators, ban simps who are content creators? I want to know, does the manosphere have the heart? Do y'all have the heart? Do they have the heart to put a ban on all simps? That's what I want. That's the manosphere. Because they tried to ban doctors, they tried to ban women. Do they have the heart to ban the simps? That's the question I have. My man, I'm cheap He sent me $1. I want to send a special shout out for that $1 donation to I'm Cheap. Can't blame him because, like the name says, he's cheap. So you gotta take it with a grain of salt. But these dudes out here, I'm telling you, these dudes out. Does the manosphere have the heart to place a ban on simps? Because we talking about why BW's got this and why BMs don't have that. All you gotta do is look at Yvette Carnell's stream right there. That's $135, and I just randomly clicked on a section. Let me see if I go to a different section. What will we see? If I click on a different, look at that right there. Somebody done donated 100. Look at that. Somebody done gave $100. It's right there. Somebody done gave $100. $100. So when you talk about, do the black man get the support as the BW's getting? Oh no. If I gotta support my channel, I gotta take my ass and go to work 8-hour shifts if I want to buy a piece of equipment. But Jessica X could have a debut stream, and within 2 minutes, a Negro will ask her, how much did your computer cost? Because he's getting ready to foot the bill for her right there. Right there. He came on the panel. He said, let's talk nerd talk. And the first question he asked, thank you, my man Jason Creed, super chatting $30. Thanks for the support. My man hopped on Jessica X as his live stream. And the first question, yes, he didn't ask what color panties you wear. He didn't ask, do you have a husband and kids? He didn't ask, are you a single mother? He didn't ask, what kind of dudes are you? He didn't ask, what's the purpose of your channel? The first question he asks is, how much did your computer cost? He was ready to dig into his pockets from the jump. Ready to dig into his pocket. I never heard anybody ask how much O'Shea computer costs. I never asked them, Reg, how much your computer costs? They never asked the angry man, hey, how much the graphics you gotta buy? How much them cost? They never asked the brothers those questions. But when these women get those streams and they get a new mic, a new computer, first thing the brothers ask, how much did that new piece of equipment cost? She say $50. The next thing you know, you say, hey, here's a $50 donation to help replace the cost of that computer. That's what they do. That's what they do for BWs, but that's what they won't do for black men. And the Grandmaster Troll, I had to talk about it today. My man Truth Exposed says the thirst is real. Jason Creed says, I'm here. He said he just clicked on the link. Shout out to my man Jason Creed for the $30 donation. I appreciate it. My girl Micah B says this further proves what I've been saying since 2018, that these red pill / black pill really do want us, but it takes the right woman or talk game to pull it out of them. The rest of them can go sword fight. That's right. They get on here, they complain about the women that they don't want. But then when they get accomplished, they cry about why the women that they didn't want, why those women ain't choosing them. That's what they do. So I'm gonna give a couple of people some wrenches who I've seen. Let's see as I scroll back up. start giving out wrenches. My man Full Circle in the building. He gets a wrench. We're gonna give out a couple of wrenches. I want to thank y'all for the support. Let me see. Somebody wanted to join the panel. Looks like nobody wanted to join the panel. My man Abdul Jones with the $10 donation. Shout out to my man Abdul Jones. Thank y'all for the support. But we gotta start banning these simps. If you want the black manosphere to go to the next level, you gotta rid yourself of these simps because they're a monster. Somebody said Jason Creed wanted to join. I'm gonna drop the link. Okay, I got a couple of people on.
Yo, you can hear me, GMT?
Yo,
I can hear you. I can hear you.
hey,
Yes,
hey, Kenneth, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, man. The black manosphere is gone, man. It's dead.
It's dead. It's dead. Is it on life
Yeah, it's
support
dead.
or is it dead?
It's done. Angry Man. His leadership, man, it's just fucked up. 1 minute he's a black. No, man. 1 minute he's a man's rights activist. The next minute he's a goddamn black power type, aspiring female. So it's basically dead. I'm sorry, guys.
Let's see who else we got on.
Yo, what's
We
up?
got Jason. What's up? What's up?
GMT.
Yes.
Man, I was in there yesterday. You calling it, you know what I'm saying? Listen, if you had a whistle, you'd be calling calls on them cats the whole time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They double dribbling, they holding the ball, yo. It was a sight to behold, but you know what? She'll probably have 10. I give 1,000K in like 1K in about. I give it 30 days.
30 days.
Yeah, I'll give it about 30 days, man. Easy. I mean, it's apparent. I mean, I ain't got no problem with them dudes, but once she came on there, it was like, let's go. I didn't get on, but I was like, let's go. And it wasn't happening. And then she pretty much controlled everything from there. So you see how a woman can just change up, the whole flow, period.
Yo, man, my thing is though, she didn't even do a lap dance. Like she wasn't up there twerking. There wasn't no video feed, nothing. Just her voice.
Right.
Just her voice. Just her voice. Just her voice, man. She made about 50. She made 50K in less than 3 months, and Obsidian has been dying for that, man.
Oh, so she was on OnlyFans and only got so she wasn't showing no skin or nothing.
No, she wasn't doing none of that, man. Just to hear their voice, man. These dudes will do it just to hear her voice. Unbelievable.
Right. Accents and avatars.
Yo, they never spoke to a woman in a day in their fucking lives. Straight up. Never spoke to a female at all. They never spoke to them. God damn.
So what is it going to take to get dudes more comfortable to talk to beautiful women? What is it going to take?
Man, listen, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse.
Why is it going to get worse?
This COVID-19, it's like you can't make outside contact physically, you know, and the only thing that they're going to have left is basically talking to them online. The simpery is going to get worse. I mean, the whole thing about hypergamy is just going to be even more extreme. Even more extreme. They've never spoke to beautiful women in their lives. None of them. None of these content providers. They've never spoke to a beautiful woman in their fucking lives. Period. It's even a fat woman. Or someone who's ugly. They've never spoke to them. That's just obvious. I'm sorry, guys.
All right, so we got a couple more donations. I want to shout out my man Kenneth Powell. Thanks for the cash app. Richard Conley, he's been a probably my biggest supporter on this channel. Richard Conley always donate. Shout out to him. I'm cheap. He upgraded his $1 donation to a $5.50 donation. Shout out to him. But now these dudes is afraid to talk to women, so they're trying to let their beta bucks speak for them. But what do they get? I want to know, what do these dudes get in return for their dollars? It's because I wouldn't have no problem with it if they could tell me what they get in return for giving their money.
Good question.
I mean, I'm hearing on OnlyFans now they're paying these women just to send them a message.
Damn.
I want to know how does that work? Do you get paid per word? Do you get paid per letter? I mean, how exactly does the payment work? How you pay to send somebody to give you a message? I want to thank Gabriel for the cash app. Is much appreciated. Thanks for the support. But I just want to know when you watch these women's channel and they just talk and they on panels laughing and giggling, and you're not on the panel but you watching and you don't. I just want to know what do you get from it? Because they had Jessica X on yesterday, and I think Reg asked her, well, what is your channel gonna be about? And when Jessica answered that question, though, it was a bunch of that, how should I call it? It was a bunch of that feminist talk. I'm just having a channel with my thoughts. I want to share my opinion. It's not about anything exactly. There's no mission involved with my channel. It's just a channel where I can express my thoughts. But she never articulated, well, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts going to be about? There was a whole bunch of ambiguities within her answer, and none of the dudes on the panel pushed a little deeper for it. I just want to know what's going on. My man Truth Exposed, he says, I think Black Manosphere for 100,000 views. Thanks, Truth Exposed, for the $2 super chat. But I just want to know, when these women like Jessica X was on the panel yesterday, the only person that was offering any fight back was AJC and Red. And when he started to fight back, well, Jessica X broke him down because AJ always forgets what he said. And then at the end of the stream, the dudes was telling Jessica X to cam up. AJ seeing red, saw blood in the waters, and he finally had a validation for why he called Jessica X corny. He said the reason why Jessica X is corny is because she won't cam up. And I had to watch my man see over step in front of the cam up button saying she don't need the cam up. When everybody was watching the stream is looking for her to cam up. I just want to know what's going on. What's going? Everybody is looking for somebody to hit the cam up button. We got dudes putting their lives on the line, diving in front of the bullet, trying to take the bullet that's being shot for. I just want to know what's going on. My man Full Circle says gas money for that pretty Corvette. Shout out to O'Shea. Michael Vicis says, don't I do that? When a so-called pretty woman is on a panel, we haven't seen what she looked like, but she got a good avatar and the pressure is on her to cam up. You will never see GMT dive in front of the cam up button talking about, hey, she doesn't need to cam up. You guys don't need to see what she looked like. You will never see GMT do that. When it's time to cam up, you gotta press the cam up button. We want to know, what do you look like? Is the myth about you real? And we had a chance because the dudes in the chat room was applying the pressure. All we needed was dudes on that panel to apply the pressure. And if Jessica X would have pressed the cam up button, and if she would have looked anything like that avatar, the game would have been over. The game would have been over. But now I gotta go through this long, drawn out process. I gotta wait for Jessica X to do a little video here, do a little video there. Instead of getting it all out the way early, now I gotta do more work.
She didn't fold.
She didn't.
Yeah, I thought she, put it on for a second, but nah, she didn't fold. So shouts out to her, I guess. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She didn't cave in under the pressure.
So we got Jessica X in the building. We got Jessica X in the building. I want to see if Jessica X has the heart to hit that link. I just wanted, does Jessica X have the heart to hit that link? And if she get on the panel, will the Grandmaster Troll freeze up and all of a sudden not have any questions to ask? Will the cat bite his tongue? Will he be hypnotized and put under the spell of the beauty of that Snapchat picture? I want to know, does Jessica X have the heart to hit the link and come on the Grandmaster Troll show? I don't know.
Come on up, Jessica.
We want to know if Jessica X is going to come up. We just want to know if Jessica X is going to come up. We got a couple of spots. Maybe she's on her phone. Maybe she's not at a computer. Maybe she's scared. We just want to know, is Jessica X gonna come on the Grandmaster Troll show?
I'll go.
Because right now the people are waiting. My man, infamous D Gus says the Black Manosphere will always pay. But they will always pay for the free nasty V. They will always pay for. That's what my man, infamous D Gutter says. I'm gonna give Jessica X. I'm gonna give her a good 3 minutes because I know she got to put on her makeup. No, she got to do her hair. I know she got to drink some water to get that voice nice and good. I know she got to put on that good outfit. I know. It's gonna take some time. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes, Jessica. I want to see, do you have the heart to come on the Grandmaster Troll show? Look at that. She not coming up. She know better than come up because she knows the Grandmaster Pro. He gonna push back. He gonna. I'm gonna throw some left and right because I'm gonna bob and weave. I'm gonna throw some body shots at. See, as much as I like Reg, the bad guy, he was throwing a bunch of slow balls, a bunch of lollipop pitches down the pipe, and Jessica was just swinging the bat, hitting home runs at the park. No, she really wasn't challenged. She really wasn't challenged at all. But she knows she come on to the GMT show, it's gonna be a challenge. If she come on to the GMT show, she won't be able to get the simps to control the narrative for her. There's no CO over here who's going to dive in front of the cam up button. Full services, Jessica ain't coming up because you're right. She don't have to. She don't have to. So it looks like we got somebody to come up. Let's see who this is.
What's going on?
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. So, what did y'all expect people to say to her? Where the panel on Reg's show wouldn't have been seen as simps? What did you expect them to say or act, or what questions did you expect them to ask?
What questions did I expect them to ask? I expected them to ask more about her background.
Hold on, what was that?
No, I'm saying these a lot of the panel on Reg, a lot of the people on Reg's panel yesterday are being accused of being simps, and I'm trying to figure out. So, what did you expect them to ask her? Because she really hasn't done anything to be really disliked.
You're right. She hasn't done anything to be disliked, but just minutes before Jessica X was up there, they was talking about how dudes was simping over Jessica. Who is this Jessica X girl? Where did she come from? Why is she on here? And then when she got on the panel, this is what happened. Let me see if I could play it again. Let's see if I could play it again. This is what happened when she got on the panel. If I could find it.
Oh yeah, I was there. I heard it. I heard what was going on.
I want to play it one more time.
I'm gonna give her the floor. I want to ask a question.
Okay, hi.
You don't know Betty Closet.
Betty Closet.
Okay.
What about are you familiar with Brixton?
I don't know, man. It's
familiar.
messing up on me.
Out and come back in.
Let AJ come up. Let AJ.
Came to see what it was all about.
Well, I think what they're saying is that.
Hey now. Yeah. And so, okay, the whole simping thing. There were a lot of simp jokes in the comment section, but they're genuine. So guys, don't. it's just a long running joke. And yeah, it's got quiet all of a
But
sudden.
Red, you said you wanted to ask. You said you wanted to ask a
I
question.
asked questions. I want to know if you was some English.
I don't have any questions. I don't have any questions for
No,
her.
I didn't have a question.
Oh man,
I got plenty.
The first videos. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, I didn't really care.
So just minutes prior, everybody had questions that they wanted to ask Jessica X. Reg asked her, "Where is she from?" She answered that question. She may have answered one other question. Then it was time to ask her some more questions. All of a sudden, the dudes who was beating their chests, all of a sudden, they didn't have any questions for her. And I'm just trying to figure out what happened. What happened? That's all I want to know. So Jessica X, she says she's not coming on. She says maybe another time. So Super Sly's in the chat room. Shout out to my man Super Sly. He says, so y'all not going to blame Fantastic for bringing this chick to the sphere. See, I have no problem with Jessica X being in the manosphere. No problem at all. No problem at all. In fact, I want women like Jessica X to be a part of the sphere. However, when dudes is on the channel simping, you can't act like them dudes ain't simping. When you moving in mysterious ways and people got questions for you and you on they channels with wrenches and they give you the link to come up and you scared, you terrified to come up because now you know the Grandmaster troll. I'm gonna throw some fastballs. I'm gonna throw some curveballs. I got a nasty split finger. I got a nasty knuckleball. I want to ask Jessica X. But there she in the chat room. She ducking the Grandmaster troll. See, I'm gonna bring Norris back up real quick. He dropped out. See if I can add him to the stream.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's the consensus amongst the manosphere? Women shouldn't be allowed on panels. Is that what the manosphere? is that how y'all roll, or I'm just trying to figure this out? Because different people have different requirements. I've noticed.
Well, this is the real. That's what I think the real question. I think the manosphere has no problems with women moderators and women's on the panel if they're not causing a disruption. But once they cause a disruption to whatever going on, then they gotta be removed. But what had happened was women was allowed to come on panels and mod on channels and show their ass and act any way they want. So by the time they start getting blocked and removed, it's already too late.
And so that's the consensus amongst a few or a majority of the manosphere.
I think that'll be the majority. And then you have a small section that says they don't want women modding on their channel, but what they do is they'll take the wrenches from the women and then 2 days later give the wrenches back, which is a problem in itself.
So if the woman then gives the host attention, then she can stay around and say what she wants to say. If she doesn't, she has to go.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that people really function like this in real life?
Do I think people function?
Or you think they just do
like
this? They just do this online.
Do I think people function like this in real life?
Because it's just like with a lot of when the fellas get into it, they threaten each other. That stuff doesn't go on, or you wouldn't act like that in person towards another man 90% of the time. So my question is, do you believe the women that the men act like this, they're as red pill as they are online, with women in person? Or is it the lack of interaction with women that would cause them to go online and show a bunch of frustration towards women? I'm asking your opinion.
I want to say that aside from all the overly cussing and the what would be considered hate speech, I would like to think that dudes try and operate on the red pill level with women outside of YouTube.
I don't believe that at all.
You don't believe this? So
As
you think?
thirsty as I know black men to be, many black men to be, I don't think that they're staying true to all this red pill stuff. Some do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all, but or it's the lack of available women. They don't have women available, or they don't have the quality of women available to them that they think they deserve, which they may or may not. I don't know, but I don't think that all of them stay true to the red pill logic in real life as they do online, because they certainly don't stay true to the tough guy and all that bullshit. Because then they'd be pulling up on each other more.
Well, I want to say if these so-called dudes interact with women outside of YouTube, I think they put themselves in a position not to be taken advantage by those women. I I I would at least give the dudes that much respect.
Yeah, I think a lot of times it's a bunch of wolfing going on. But it may not be with some though. I'm not saying all men on the manosphere are like this. But a lot of guys, it's just bullshit. It's just grandiose talk that they come online and but I don't think they exercise it in practice.
That may be true. So Jessica X says, "You guys know that I didn't really get that much from the Cash App, right? Where's the people are financially supporting me argument coming from?" Jessica X, we're gonna ask you one simple question. I believe I asked you this question already on Reg's chat. No, it was on the last stream I did. And you came in the chat room. I asked you this question. I said, I know you're not going to answer this question. I'm going to ask you this question again, Jessica, and I know you won't answer it. If you didn't make that much via Cash App, tell us the dollar amount you made via Cash App. It's real simple. If you made $88, say I made $88. If you made $25, say, hey, I made $25. If you made $300, say I made $300. But what's going to happen is I'm going to ask you that question and you're not going to answer it. And you're going to hide behind that. Well, I don't want everybody knowing exactly how much money I'm making on YouTube. But you're going to write in the Cash App. So she says, "So provider speaks. Yeah, but the Cash Apps were only a few and like $3.99 per Cash App. $3.99. So everybody said, you know what? I'm gonna send Jessica X $3.99. Then somebody else in another part of the world who doesn't know the other person sent a $3.99 Cash App. He says, you know what? I'm gonna send $3.99 as well. Then somebody in the north part of the world, he said, you know what? I know two dudes who sent Cash Apps. I have no idea what they sent, but I think they sent Jessica X $3.99 via Cash Apps. So I'm gonna send a $3.99 Cash App. Then somebody else. Then look, Jessica X just said 5 Cash Apps at $3.99 each. Super slot. Can you tell me the probability of a debut stream where 5 different people from different various aspects of the world will donate money at 5 different times at the same amount of $3.99. What is the probability of that happening? My man Norris is in the building. What's the probability of 5
Are you
people
asking me?
sending? I'm asking
I
you
think
now,
it's
Norris.
very
What's the
low.
probability of 5 different people sending $3.99 cash apps?
I was probably the same person trying to kick it off for her.
So this is what I'm gonna do for Jessica. I'm gonna go ahead and make you a bet. I'm gonna make you a bet since you say you got 5 cash apps at $3.99. I'm gonna round that up to $4. 5 times 4 is $20. The next time you go live, if you could run through, if you can screen share your cash app. And if you could show me 5 cash apps on that day you went live of $3.99, I will match those cash apps and I will give you $20, Jessica X. I bet you $20 you did not get 5 cash apps on that stream. So if you got 7 cash apps, you lose the bet. If you got 4 cash apps of $3.99, you lose the bet. But if you got 5 cash apps of $3.99, I will cash app you $20 myself.
She
Is that a
probably
bet,
make a lot more
Jessica?
money if she cammed up. I don't know why she won't cam up. She can make if she is halfway decent, she can make a lot more money if she cam up. Don't you
You
think?
know why? You know why she won't cam up?
I have no idea.
Yo, you have no idea why women don't cam up?
Well, it's usually not their picture that they're displaying. I mean,
Let's
what most women are vain enough that they're gonna cam up.
let's go ahead and ask Jessica X. When you go live on your channel, why do you choose not to cam up? But I'm gonna explain to you why she doesn't cam up. As she may answer that question. It's gonna be something because I don't want to, but she won't tell me the reasons she won't. But just yesterday, when AJ Red called her corny and then couldn't give a reason, Jessica X called her out on it. So she won't be able to use that excuse. She's gonna actually have to give a reason as to why she don't cam up other than I don't want to. But the reason she don't cam up is the same reason why these other women don't cam up. If they don't have all that makeup on, if their hair is not combed, if they not in that particular outfit and they're not able to hold the camera at a certain angle, they don't feel they're at their best, so they won't cam up.
Oh yeah, they need the paint and the headdress
Mm-hmm.
to cam up. And you
So
know
we gonna ask.
it's been a quarantine, so the hair shops ain't been open. So you know they might
So,
not be looking as stunning as they do on the pictures. I
mm-hmm,
mean that's the most logical reason.
mm-hmm. So when I asked Jessica X, why won't she cam up? She gonna ignore me and not answer my question. You see how it works?
Yeah, I don't know why Siova didn't want her to cam up yesterday. That was kind of disappointing.
He dove in front of that cam up button, huh?
Oh yeah, he was Captain Save him yesterday, but Siova's cool. He just threw a lifeline yesterday, so. But you know, any woman that gets compliments consistently on her looks and believes that she looks good, she's gonna show the world. especially in this sector where you can get paid off if you're a woman and you look halfway decent. These dudes will cash app you to death. So I don't know.
Now, Jessica X, she says it's not about the money. It's not about the money. Even though she got a cash app, even though she put it in the chat room, it's really not about the money. I'm trying to figure out if it ain't about the money, why you put your cash app in the chat? If it ain't about the money, if it wasn't about the money, Nars, you wouldn't put the cash app in the chat room, right?
No, you wouldn't. It's it's kind of like how those people you got those people going after Umar Johnson, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they build their platforms off of going after Umar Johnson and whatever, or however you feel about it, his scamming or whatever. They build their platforms off that, but they accept donations off of off of exposing the scammer. So so they expect to be compensated for their work, just like any YouTuber, any person who gets on YouTube, they expect to be compensated. So it is if essentially it's all about the money.
So that's another question for my girl Jessica. If it ain't about the money, if it ain't about the money,
Then why
why
have a cash app?
why have a cash app in the chat room where people can donate to you? If it ain't about the money, that's just questions I want to ask you. I wanted you to come on the show because I got some tough questions for you, but I know you're gonna dodge the Grandmaster troll. They've been dodging me for the past 2 years. They're gonna keep dodging me. You see this? She says she made the Cash App to send money initially. You see how we getting ready to switch. I had a Cash App because I was donating to the products. I was supporting the products. I was supporting Game Changer. I was supporting Thai City. I was supporting O'Shea. I'm down for the manosphere. So I had a Cash App. I want to send money initially, but then I saw that if I put the Cash App in my chat room, even though if it ain't about the money, even though I'm not for the money, all the money I get via Cash App, I send all that money to a charity. I don't even put the Cash App that is linked to my bank account. It's not even linked to my bank account. It's linked to the bank account of a charity that I represent. So it really ain't about the money. She can't even tell me that. Now she says people ask me to drop the Cash App, so I did. Honestly, if no one sends me anything, I wouldn't be bothered. You see how she passing the buck onto you, brother. See how she passing the buck onto you onto your simps. It's
Oh, it's
not
always
my
about the money, especially with pretty women. It's always about money because it costs to keep that look up.
I, I don't know, Super Slot. I don't know. From what I see from that super chat picture, Jessica X, how often do you go to the gym? Jessica X says she sent way more money out than she has received. Well, yeah. I mean, you just had a channel for 2 days, so of course, you would have sent way more money out than what you have received.
Here's the thing. This is what people do on YouTube, right? They go on other people's panels to get their name out there. So they'll donate to the person's panel that they're on. Then eventually, after their name gets going, they split up from that person and start their own channel or build. Once their channel is built and once they're known, then they start asking for donations. So it's like an investment. You donate to the people's channels you're on, so that person will allow you to come on and build your channel, and then you start doing your own videos and live streams. So you get your own audience and you ask them for donations. So it's just an investment. So just because you've given out more right now than you've received doesn't mean that that's not a long-term strategy.
Then my man Gabe, he says there's a bunch of people who don't cam up in this space for anti-doxing reasons. I ain't taking sides, but would that be an appropriate reason? Let's go ahead and talk about that. See, when you put a Snapchat picture out there, and then you got another profile picture, and then you got your name, Jessica X. Now, I don't know if your real name is Jessica X. Believe me, the reject army is working hard behind the scenes. Like I said, we're in the investigative unit. We got 50 active investigations at the time. We are always investigating these people. But if she got all those pictures somewhere on Snapchat, that means she's got a profile, and you could easily take a picture, put it into Google, because Google knows everything. They know where you live. They know your mama name, your daddy name, your sister and brother in there. They know everything. They got your last possible address. They got everything, even your phone number. They got everything. If I wanted to really take the time and do what I do best, I'm trying to step away from the doxing because y'all got real upset with me when I went after BGS Itmore and I put him out there. I mean, he damn near quit YouTube, and we had to
That was some bullshit, though, Grandmaster. That was some bullshit. You shouldn't have done that to BGS. I don't think he hasn't done anything to deserve that.
I didn't do anything to BGS. I didn't put up no personal information. I didn't put up no address. Everything could be found via Google and what they put on Facebook.
So you had to go and expose it. And you know he was trying to hide his identity.
No, he wasn't. How are you hiding your identity when you got a video with your face on YouTube with your name in the description?
He might have forgot about it. He might have forgot about it. But I mean, to get his family involved, that was some bullshit. For it to affect his family and his daughter. I mean, that was some bullshit.
No. If he said I was so-called stalking his daughter in the month of January, and you go to her daughter's Facebook, and you can see that there was a real stalking incident months earlier before the doxing, don't I have a right to clear my name of stalking his daughter?
Did he say that? I don't know all of what happened, but I did see the video where you put his shit out there. His daughter's name was in your video. I mean, that's a bit much. I mean, as black men, that doesn't move us forward. I understand y'all have problems. You had problems with him and Angry Man, but as far as doing all that, I mean, you may not agree with his message, so just attack his points. You don't need to get his family involved. Because it's really not that serious at the end of the day.
Only thing I know is nobody was hurt or harmed or in grave danger in the making of the Grandmaster Trolls video.
Damn, some people in the chat really upset with BG. Y'all just when it comes to people's opinions, man, y'all just can't accept somebody else having a difference of opinion. I don't understand that.
Well, it's funny you say that because we actually share a lot of the same opinions. For instance, BGS, Itmore, Angry Man, all them, they all tell you ban all weaves. Weaves are no good. We don't like women with weaves. We should walk away from women who wear weaves. Fine, that's fine. But then you gotta explain to me why your daughter got a head full of weed.
Is she over 18?
Yeah.
Does she live in his house?
I don't know.
Well, that would be
Um,
your answer right there. He has no control over her if she's a grown woman.
so you tell me a father doesn't have control over his daughter just because she's
Not
old?
after they turn 18. They can do what the fuck they want. And they're not in your house. They can do what the fuck they want.
Is that right?
You don't think you can't do what you want? Do your parents still have control over you?
Do they have control over me
Does
to a certain?
does your father have control over you right now? You're in your what? You're in your 20s.
Hmm.
Did your parents have control over you?
Yeah, because when I go out the house, I represent my family when I'm out
Oh,
the house.
well, my parents don't have any control over me.
They they
I
don't.
mean, that's just no. I'm a grown ass man. They don't do anything for me.
So
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 my
so
point
so
is,
hold on. So your parents didn't give you a standard to live by?
of course, that doesn't mean I have to follow it. That doesn't mean I've always followed it.
Okay.
So I mean, it's if you have children, they'll do things that you don't like, that you would prefer that they not do. So just because just because his daughter has a weave it doesn't mean anything.
Hey,
He probably
from what I heard from BGS set a standard. His daughter is not living up to that standard.
okay. Have you always lived up to your parents' standard?
Not always, and when I didn't, I got checked for it.
So you think BGS should check his daughter?
Yeah,
So if he's checked her, she's still wearing a weave, then what should he do after that?
you keep checking.
Okay, man. I mean, it's just a bit much. It's kind of nonsensical to harp on something that's out of your control.
I know. I'm just going off what he told me. He told me, hey, we don't support women who wear weave. I saw his daughter wearing a weave, and from what I hear from him, he's still giving her support, even though she wearing a weave.
Yeah, I mean, it's that's one of those things where if he were to harp on that, he would be wasting his time.
Hey, guess what? If he's going to allow his daughter to wear weaves, if he come on YouTube talking about ban on all weaves, he gonna have people. They gonna ask him that question, and that's all that I did.
I wouldn't even think to find that out. Like that doesn't in the grand scheme of things, that's really petty, and it really doesn't matter. I mean, everybody on YouTube's gonna talk their shit. They're
Hmm.
gonna get out their points, but when you go as far as getting there, looking at I mean, that's just something. It's not that big of a deal. It's just weird.
So if BGS is talking about raising these black boys, so they're in a position to be successful going into the future, and he has a grandson whose mother is going 7 years without giving her son a haircut, but the grandfather doesn't take the initiative to make sure that his son is getting a haircut so he's looking presentable as he goes out in the world.
So he should
Kim,
kidnap the child.
is
So
it
he
fair to
kidnap the child and get the boy's haircut.
hold on. So when you was growing up and you was younger and your head was nappy, not lined up and not well kept, and you went to your uncle's or you went to your grandfather's house or a cousin's house and they saw that your your hair wasn't in the best shape, didn't your uncles grab you, put you in the garage or put you in the bathroom, lined you up and gave you a fresh haircut because they cared about how you presented yourself to the world?
No, my father was responsible for that.
Okay, so your father did that.
So
From
if
what
someone else
from,
had something to say, then they had something to say. But ultimately, my father was responsible for that. Not my
mhm.
grandfather, not my uncles, nobody else but my father.
See,
So
you were lucky.
okay, all right. So let's say someone's daughter was on drugs. Should he still
Mhm.
not say drugs are bad? You shouldn't use drugs, even though my daughter's on drugs.
It's not that his daughter is on drugs.
Well, I'm just saying
Is,
that's
is
an
he
example. Like
is he
his,
giving
so
his
you're saying his thing is weave. You're saying
mhm,
his thing is weave, right? He's saying
mhm,
that black women shouldn't wear weave, and his daughter has weave. If
mhm.
she was on drugs, should he not say drugs are bad?
If his daughter is on drugs and
If
he's
he, but
preaching
my
not,
point is, if he's telling the truth, how does another adult's actions affect his truth?
I'm trying to explain it to you. If his
And why
daughter
would
is on
another?
drugs,
Why does it matter to a total stranger? That's all I'm saying.
I'm just doing content. Like I said, I'm the most dangerous troll on YouTube. What I do is I troll people. BGS left himself open to be trolled because he's saying this. Why not doing what he's saying? That's all.
And to you, that's normal behavior.
That's normal behavior in the black manosphere.
Amongst black men, that's normal behavior. You think that that's normal behavior?
That's normal behavior in the black manosphere. Yes.
But I'm saying to outwardly mobile, successful black men, that is the success. That is the behavior that black men should display.
And what behavior is that are you talking about?
That we should go look for discrepancies in people's lives when they're ultimately saying something that may be valuable to other people.
Isn't that what a lot of media is? I mean, isn't New York Times doing that about Donald Trump and getting paid millions of dollars for it?
What are they doing?
Aren't they not dissecting and criticizing everything Donald Trump does, putting out in print and giving ad money for having a magazine or a newspaper or a television show?
So they're going into his personal life and doing this.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but you didn't answer my question though. Aren't they getting paid money to critique and criticize the president or whatever person they decide to critique and criticize?
Yes, they're doing that, but what does that have to do with going into another man's background you don't know?
So if I go into
You're
another
you're you're,
man's
you're
back,
going you're going into his. You're talking about his. You're bringing his children into something that has nothing to do with anything.
well, let me answer your question. So if New York Times, CNN could go in Donald Trump's background, look at his family, who they're involved with, make all these accusations, put it on print or TV, put assets and get money, and then use that money to increase the quality of their life, why can't I do that?
Because BGS is not the president of the United States. He's just a
Yeah,
nigga with a YouTube channel. That's
mm-hmm.
why.
And even though he's just a Negro with a YouTube channel, I could do what New York Times does and they'll put ads on the video, and I get paid for it, and I could take that money and increase the quality of life and engage in the American economy. Tell me, Norris, what is wrong with that?
Is it behavior beholden of a black man?
I haven't broken any laws. I'm in the YouTube guidelines as they have monetized my channel. They even monetized that video.
Well,
So what
YouTube
exactly?
YouTube is the guide on what's appropriate for black male behavior.
They're not the end all be all.
So you stated that
But
what you're
I
doing
haven't.
is acceptable to YouTube. So therefore, this is what should be acceptable to black men, right?
It's not. It's not
But you
only
often, but you
acceptable.
often, but you often talk about YouTubers and their unacceptable behavior,
Hmm.
as what this show topic is
Hmm.
unacceptable behavior of black
No,
men towards Jessica X. You didn't like their response. So that show was monetized. So does that make their response correct?
can you say that one more time?
Does that make
Because
their
I.
response correct? Just because you had a problem with their response and that show was monetized,
Hmm.
does that give you a right to then have to go into? I mean, the fact that you think that this is okay is a problem.
I'm not breaking any laws, and I'm in YouTube guidelines, and they're paying me for it.
So then that's okay.
100% okay.
So you think it's okay to go into to bring his daughter to put his daughter's information out there?
I didn't put her information out there. Her
You had it
information was
scrolled on the
already.
top of your video.
Her name was already out there.
Everyone's name is out there. I mean, what are you
Hmm.
talking about? She doesn't even
That's what
make YouTube videos.
you're right. She doesn't. There's a lot of people who we make videos about in this sector who don't make YouTube videos, but we still put their name out there.
She has nothing to do with what's going on YouTube.
Not directly.
So then why would you put his daughter out there? That's all I'm saying. It's
already,
terrible behavior for black
I
men.
already
Black
told
men
you.
should have a higher standard than that.
So what you're telling me is I should go back to my referee channel and do a bunch of
I don't know
referee.
what you. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just giving you my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, you are.
It's becoming a circular conversation.
I know.
I'm just giving you my opinion. That's all. I mean, it's really. I mean, it's really silly. I just wouldn't do. I wouldn't do anyone like that for having a difference of opinion.
Like I said, nobody was put in danger, but can a black man make money on YouTube, Norris?
That's not the question.
Can a black man make money on YouTube and
That's not the question. Of course, obviously
following,
not.
he's following all the rules, and now you're trying to put a whole another standard of rules on me. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm just
I'm
saying
watching.
the behavior. I'm just saying the behavior is odd. I could care
I'm
less
watching.
about YouTube rules.
I'm
I'm
watching
just
all
saying
these.
it's just my opinion that the behavior is odd. That's all.
Okay. Well, my opinion, I'm watching all these other $1 million corporations basically do the same thing I do and get paid millions for it. Why can't the brothers do the
Because
same?
BGS ain't the president of the United States. He doesn't have nuclear code. That's why.
But they do it with people who don't have nuclear code.
Is BGS a public figure?
Yeah, you're a public figure.
So what's your definition of public figure?
Somebody that's in the public.
Did you go to the supermarket? Aren't you in the public?
I'm also a public figure.
So everyone's a public figure then, right?
Anybody who goes out and gets recognized, yeah.
Okay. All right.
So let's see if anybody else wants to come on the show. I'm gonna drop the link one more time. I'm gonna drop the link one more time. My man R. Conley is in the building. One of my biggest supporters. We're gonna go ahead and mod him up. He says BGS introduced his daughter to YouTube. Don't mention what you don't want to talk about. So it looks like I may shut down the stream today. It was a great talk with you. Great talk with Norris. John the analyst. Jason Creed came on. So thank y'all for coming on.
Gabe, come on the panel.
They want Gabe to come on the panel. Will Gabe come on the panel? Will Gabe come on the panel?
Get on the panel, you stupid motherfucker. Come on, Gabe.
They want Gabe from the Hall of Game to come on the panel. I'll give him a minute or two. If not, I'll shut it down. They want Gabe to come on the panel. Somebody else, infamous D Gutter, says, give me the link. It's like he wants to come on the panel. Somebody says, Nora sounds like DOD. Jessica X wants Gabe to give Norris that look. Jessica X, you gotta come on the panel. You gotta come on the panel one of these days. Give me a day, Jessica X, that you could come on the Grandmaster Pro show. Give me a day. Give me a day, Joe. I want you to give me a day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, May 21st, June 2nd. Shout out to our man Sole Provider Speaks for the $2 super chat. Give me a day, Jessica X, where you will be mentally ready because you have to get mentally ready to deal with the Grandmaster Trophy. Give me a day where you will be on the top of your game. I want Jessica at her best. I want her prepared. I want her to study. I want her at her best. That's what the Grandmaster Troll wants. And so I know you gotta get ready. I know you gotta do some research. Read a couple of books. Do a couple bit more streams so you're more comfortable. Answering questions on the fly. It's real hard coming up here answering questions on the fly. Okay, Gabe says he's backstage. We got a couple of people. Let's my man Super Sly as well. Let him come up.
Brother, what's going on?
What's up, Super Sly? How you doing?
These niggas disgust me.
What did they do to disgust you, Super Sly?
You know what? We shouldn't even be surprised at this point. I've been saying this whole manosphere thing's been hijacked by dudes that don't get validation from women in the real world. So they come here and create a fake persona, talk all that red pill shit, and you see what happens. You see what happens. You get situations like this. See Jessica X. She mad because I blocked her goofy ass. See, the only reason I can see her now in the chat because on StreamYard, but I blocked her. So she can. I ain't like these niggas, Jessica X. I don't give a fuck about you. I will never give you money. Okay, you don't move me no certain way. Once you cam up, if you I ain't never seen a pretty bitch not cam up. But anywho, these niggas disgust me. Fucking simps. Simps. All of them. Damn it, all of them simps. They hate women. All the yada yada yada. What else can you say? Half these niggas don't even cam up the damn selves, but it is what it is.
I really gave my game up here. All right, it's my man Gabe. What's up, Gabe?
Hey, what's up, man? I think
How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. It seems like Nars has some choice words for me. What's the situation? Sir? Nars?
Yeah, what are you talking about in the chat? I want you to explain yourself.
Well, I think that the whole conversation was that of you said that YouTube isn't a public platform, that BGS isn't
I didn't say it wasn't a platform. He's not a public figure. For his children to be out there.
So
you don't think that that's weak for men to go into other men's background, their children?
Listen,
that have nothing to do with the situation? Is that your position?
Listen, I'm all for agency. A man can do whatever he wants to do. I'm not a judge of another man. But let's go back to the facts. YouTube is a public.
Come on, man. Come on. That's goofy. That behavior is not becoming of men.
Listen, I stick with facts. He could do whatever he felt like doing. That don't have nothing to do with me. I mean, it's you being the judge of someone else's actions. So
I'm talking about my opinion.
I'm trying to stick with the facts.
I'm giving the opinion of it.
Absolutely.
Of what was done.
Listen, that's
exactly
fine.
what we're talking about. We're talking about an opinion. It's my opinion that that's not behavior becoming of black men.
That's your opinion, but
right,
your
exactly. That's my stance on it.
Wait, let me. You asked me.
How you gonna argue someone's opinion, bro?
I'm not arguing your opinion. I'm arguing your misappropriation of the facts, because the fact is that YouTube is a public platform. If you jump on YouTube,
we understand that. We understand that.
No.
So it's my opinion of someone going and putting out his daughter's information.
My comments have nothing.
It's something men should not do.
It's not my argument at all.
Okay, then. So then, what problem do we shouldn't have any problem there?
I mean, if you stop talking, I can tell you. I can tell you if you stop talking.
Well, you just gotta babble some bullshit. Go ahead.
Well, you don't want to hear the facts. That's okay.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Laughable. What I'm saying is that YouTube being a public platform, if you jump on YouTube and start talking and start having conversations, then you become a public figure because it's public. So that's my only point. What someone's opinion is, I don't care about your opinion, honestly. But the whole idea as it concerns things being a public platform and someone becoming a public figure, that is what I was discussing in the chat. So
then everyone's a public figure. So then now I'm a public
on
figure.
YouTube. Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Okay, well, listen, you don't have to believe facts if you don't want to. That's called delusion. So you can do that if you want.
Well, I have a question.
I
have a question. When he says children, we're talking. What's the age range when you say children?
We know what a child is.
Okay,
child.
So we're talking
it's
under.
Child. She has nothing to do with YouTube. She has nothing to do with black men arguing and getting into cat fights on YouTube.
Okay,
she has nothing to do with that.
But here's the part of the problem.
And that's behavior that is unbecoming of black men.
Understood. But part of the problem is when you get on this public platform, unfortunately, sometimes there are casualties. It's not saying I'm not giving an excuse, but sometimes you put your family in harm's way, especially if you have opinions and talking points that ruffle a lot of feathers. Now, like I said, if we're talking children, that's fucked up. But if we're talking about your child is grown, like if we're talking about his children, whatever the case may be,
I don't care how old
all bets are off.
The child
all bets are off. And
other people don't.
And hear me out. Hear me out,
man.
If he feared for his life so much, why the fuck is he back on YouTube?
I don't know that he feared for his life.
That's what he said. He said
exactly
he was leaving because he was in fear of his life. It was affecting his family. So why the fuck are you back here then?
So why is it affecting
No.
Why is it affecting his family?
No. We're not. Only question I have for you. The man said, "I'm leaving YouTube because it's affected my children, my family, and I fear for my life." Why are you back here?
Because obviously something hasn't been done.
No. You said fear for your
my
life.
point. This is my point. I'm not here to defend him. I'm not here to defend him. I'm just saying the action. The action. Black men have to act better than this. We have to do better than this.
Let me tell you.
And that's the problem. And that's the problem.
Yeah, I think. I mean, you can have whatever opinion you want to have, but I mean, even when you go for a job interview, right? If they're doing a background check on you, they're going to search for all these public platforms like Facebook, like YouTube, like LinkedIn. They're going to search all these things to try to find information about.
If it's not a government job, are they going to go and look at your kids?
Absolutely, I've done it. I work in cybersecurity.
No, they don't.
Yes,
no, they
yes,
don't.
they do. They look at all
don't.
of your. They even look at your associations that you have on social media platforms. So, like, let's again. I'm sticking with the facts. What someone wants to do.
The facts is he doesn't use his real name. He doesn't. So obviously, we should respect the brother in his anonymity.
Like, wait, wasn't there a YouTube channel with his real name in it?
At some point, but that's not what he's doing. I don't know. I know he used to do a show with someone else. That was brought out by the Grandmaster.
Well, you know what? To me, it makes no sense. If something is affecting your life like that to the point where you fear for your life, I wouldn't come back to it. Oh, okay.
So
I want to supersize. What was BGS afraid of?
I don't know. Only he would have that.
I mean, you got so real talk. Seriously, you have channels. You have people putting out fake rape accusations against other folks on YouTube. Obviously, it's some crazy people on here. So the fact that his daughter, her personal information was being brought out is very concerning. Because something is wrong with a lot of you black men.
Okay, now once again,
a lot of you black men, a lot of you black men just aren't mentally stable. We just have to say it. Something's wrong with a lot of you niggas.
You can say that all day till the cows come home, but at the end of the day, if this is such a dangerous cesspool of toxicity, why the fuck are you here? Not only that, why did you leave? Then come back.
Because he wants to get out his opinion.
Come on, stop, bro.
Because he believes what he said.
You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways.
You
can't have it.
And he gives donations.
That's not how it works in the real world. What's wrong with y'all?
I think it's also important to mention that if a place, and I like to be very solution based, because a lot of times individuals want to kind of backtrack and say, oh, they shouldn't have done this, shouldn't have done that. I think there are some preventative measures, right? Where, I mean, again, I'm not taking sides as a Jessica or anything, but if you don't want your information out there, you don't have to cam up. You don't have to get on YouTube and give out personal information. You don't have to tell about anything about your life. I mean, those will be preventative measures to individuals finding out more information about you. So I think it's just really important that if you don't want that type of information out there about you, then you shouldn't put it out there, and you shouldn't, I guess, at times be an antagonizer.
And that's fine. And I would expect black men to behave in a better way. Okay. But obviously, like we've said, we got niggas who spread rumors about raping chicks and all this other stuff.
This is not the world.
We have that going on.
On top of that,
so we have supreme gossipers, and we have a lot of men that really act like women on YouTube.
Okay,
it's all opinion. I'm just trying to stick with the facts. I don't have any opinions.
It's a lot of men who gossip like women, who throw around rumors, and so I agree with y'all. You should take precautions, because a lot of black men are unstable on here. A lot of y'all mentally fucked up.
Yo, you're not gonna be
your opinion is your opinion.
You're not gonna come over here and disrespect. You stay on the motherfucking topic. This is gutter here. You're not gonna come over here and disrespect Grandmaster Panel like this.
I'm not I fuck with Grandmaster. What are you talking about?
Shut the fuck up.
So you wanted to defend your act retarded.
Buddy.
Shut the fuck up, you gay
Fuck you stupid ass bitch.
He gave 2 of them. Wow.
Shut your gay ass up, nigga.
Yeah, you just ramble. Come see me. Come see me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not with all that, but
yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. He's just getting on acting a shine.
Yeah.
But
now, but I do think that there are preventative ways to just keep your information and yourself out there. And, another thing is to not say inflammatory things to individuals and really not really know what the repercussions could be. I mean, I know I'm personally here, like, this is my profile. I mean, I'm not anonymous. People can look me up on LinkedIn, Facebook, or whatever.
But I would never think to do that because I don't care.
No,
why would I care? I mean, why would I care?
Well, this is a more digitized world, right? So you not only have a physical footprint, but you also have a digital footprint. It's just like, it's actually a part of you. It's part of who you are now.
Yeah,
so
I understand that.
Both is very important.
I agree with you 1,000%. I agree with you 1,000%. But if we having conversations on YouTube, ain't never met, won't ever meet, don't live in the same city, why am I gonna go up and look up your personal information because I have a difference of opinion?
But that's you.
Yeah, that's you.
That's
definitely.
you.
Right. I'm saying, y'all, that's weird. I'm saying that that behavior is odd to me.
To you.
It's strange.
Yeah,
sure. I don't care nothing
you.
about, okay, what's your name? Gabe A. I don't care nothing about your personal life, what you do. I don't care nothing about that. What you're saying on YouTube is just what you're saying.
You're right.
It's not that serious, brother.
To you.
And I'm not gonna do that to especially another black man.
That's commendable, but that's to you.
And I'm also not gonna spread rumors of a YouTuber raping a chick without doing any research. I mean, that's just odd.
Okay. To
that's
you.
That's just gossipy beta male bullshit.
I think it's and it's nothing wrong with your opinion. Like, you can have your opinion, but I think Grandmaster Troll brought up a really good point as it concerns what these news outlets and individuals do this as it concerns an occupation. And, they stay within the guidelines of legality. So, I mean, it's very hard to just be like, you're just all wrong, you're a bad person or whatever. I mean, when it's done on so many different levels.
It's bullshit.
Especially when you become a public figure.
Hey, Gabe, I'll do you one better. When you're in political office, running for campaign, smear campaigns all day, every day.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with the nigga that does YouTube videos?
I mean,
seriously, brother. Come on,
these are
professional, right? You're a professional, right?
Are you trying to be contrarian?
Let me give you an example. Like,
you're
we
a
always
professional,
say,
right? You're a professional, right?
Yeah.
So if someone looked into your background and did that and tried to and sent your supervisor or whatever a bunch of, I don't know if you work on your own, you work for a company.
Y'all work for
sent them your information, try to get you to lose your job. You wouldn't think that was bullshit?
What would they send?
That's
bullshit. And I would defend you, and I would defend someone doing that to you as I am BGS. That's bullshit.
But I think what the part that you're ignoring is that you saying, why would they do this on YouTube and the black manosphere? Like, black men shouldn't be doing this and that. The thing about it is that we always bring up the point that the black manosphere is a microcosm of the greater society, right? This is the stuff that happens here is the stuff that happens in the greater society. So these two can't just be completely disconnected. These are very connected entities because this is just a microcosm of the greater whole. So, where there is things that happen in New York Times, it happens here too, in different forms.
But the greater society isn't called the black manosphere. The black manosphere is supposed to be to uplift black men.
If this were a lodge,
so then
wait. If this were a lodge, Neris, I'd give you that point. This ain't the lodge. Okay.
Well, this is the black manosphere.
Hear me out.
Right?
All these brothers here ain't upstanding, morally astute. Men of good moral. You're not dealing with 100% of good guys. Stop
just like
that.
in Greater Society.
And I'm saying that what happened, Grandmaster's better than that. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, better is so subjective.
He's better than having an argument with another man and then bringing his daughter into it. I think that he's better than that.
Okay.
And that's what I'm supposed to tell him as an older black man. The dude, you better than that.
How old are you, if I may ask, if you don't mind?
I'm in my mid-30s.
How much older do you think you are than Grandmaster Troll?
Even if it's 10 years, I have more experience than him. He might be smarter than me.
In your 30s,
I'm not one of them.
Okay,
I'm not one of them, but he might be smarter. But I should share my experiences.
Okay, but then in your 30s, you should already know everybody ain't wrapped too tight in this space.
Yeah, I know that.
You just gotta roll with the punches, bro. That's all.
What's wrong? What is wrong with me saying, "Hey, brother, you shouldn't have did that. You better than that."
There's nothing wrong with you saying it. But don't say it too many times.
That's all I'm
you come up
saying.
as an idealist. Then it's like, okay, this is how it should be. It should be a utopia. It should be Shangri-La. We don't live in Shangri-La.
I mean, he's giving his opinion on why. He
I
told you
respect
why
what you're
he's
saying.
done it.
Yeah, but and then on like I said, to add to the point, if the man's daughter is a fully grown woman, unfortunately, all bets are off. I'm sorry.
I mean,
all right, man.
I mean, again, and I'm primarily arguing ideas rather than arguing opinions of why somebody does this or that. But he really did give you the reason why he did it. He said, "Listen, this is what I do, and people do it on a greater scale. I just do it on this particular scale, and it has equated to monetization." I mean, whether I'm gonna do that myself or not, that's beyond the point. Whether you do it or not is beyond the point. But the whole idea is that, I mean, you can't try to impose your ideology on someone else and just
I'm not imposing anything. I'm just giving.
Well,
my
you said
opinion.
you're better than that, meaning that he's.
I think he
less
is better than that. Well, that is a less than better act.
And that's an imposing of your opinion, your morals and opinion on him when you say he's better, meaning that he's not at better.
I'm doing that, right?
And that's exactly what I'm saying.
Because I think that he is better. So that I'm saying, yeah, he's better than that.
But you can't impose your ideas on somebody.
I'm giving him my ideas.
So me, right? I'm a married man, right? A lot of times I go on panels with brothers who are MGTOW and red pill, and they call me all types of blue pill simps and whatever. But I'm not separating from those brothers because we're all part of the black manosphere. We're all black men. We go through a lot of the same struggles. I mean, they say all types of stuff about me. They have their own opinions. I don't impose mine on them, and they don't impose those on me, and we can still exist within the same sphere. That's my whole thing. Imposing your ideas and your ideologies and morals on someone else is taken away from male agency, especially when it's within the confines of whatever platform you're on, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, or whatever. So
I just want to get back to these lowly sad simps. These sad simps that give money to avatars. I'm sorry.
Listen,
you know
you
what?
better watch out for Big Jess. Listen, it
ain't even about her. It's just this is what this, and you wonder why black women look at black men as just weak, and thirsty. I can't even, and I don't like agreeing with the sisters like that, but you gotta look back and look at this shit like, look at how these niggas be acting. And we've seen this time and time again. Every time they bring in some new chick, niggas just, I mean, my God, can we, Paris Milan, Irene Yvette, niggas, y'all talk bad about Sinji all day long, but motherfuckers be putting money in her pockets too, So I'm just looking at this like these new niggas.
I'll pause as GMT. I know we done took it over. You have anything else to say? Throw on this thing.
No, it's no problem. But like I said, when you watch all these other businesses basically do the same thing you're doing, they're able to take that money and spend that off into.
I'm sorry, I think you broke up there. We can't hear you anymore.
My point is this: you don't do what you don't want done to you. I know look, I come from a different part of Black YouTube, and so-called trolls they've gotten their families exposed. They didn't got people in their family harassed. So my point is, don't fuck with the wrong person, Grandmaster.
I mean, people have pulled out weapons and everything. No,
I'm not talking about pulling. I'm talking about real life consequences. Like there's more so-called quote unquote trolls out there. So,
well, like I said,
if you fuck with the wrong person, they may know somebody who can actually bring you real life consequences.
Like I said,
so that's why. So stuff like that, I would just chill from, and that's me saying that as an older brother, because there are more dangerous people out there. Like this is just one part of YouTube.
Are you gonna let him respond?
If the goons come get me, then the goons come get me.
I wasn't done talking.
There's nothing I can do. Go ahead.
No, I'm done. I'm glad we had this conversation.
Yeah, I'm glad too. I'm glad we were able to get to a lot of the facts. But I do think male agency is very important. I mean, can't impose your ideas and views and opinions on someone else. I mean,
Gabe, you can't wrap male agency around this bullshit.
Again, listen, you're not about to impose it on me.
You already said it. That's well spoken before.
By you saying
that, we're not about to put male agency on this bullshit. This
male agency isn't only relegated to
bullshit.
Relationship. No, male agency is not only relegated to relationships with women. You know that, right? Like that's not the only context that you could talk about male agency. It's also opinions and the way brothers decide to live their lives.
We talking about some ghetto trash trolling.
You really want us to hear your opinion.
This is nigga shit.
All right. Cool.
And yet here you are amongst the niggas and all this.
Right, exactly. Right.
Okay,
because I like
you can't complain. Then don't complain.
One thing I did not do is I didn't go around trying to break a story about a man raping a woman that was not true.
Okay, I think.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Okay, now I've been nice, but now you want to be petty. No.
What are you gonna do? Exactly.
I'm not even here for it.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, God bless all y'all brothers. Y'all have
the fuck up.
See all this? Why are you talking all this
stuff? Move the fuck on.
You are not that dude, bro. Bitch. I don't even know you like that.
Right,
you're not that dude.
On me, I'ma call the fucking police. You damn right.
Well, that went. I don't even know what that
changed right there.
I know, right?
Right, exactly.
Trigger. Okay, relax, brother. Ain't nobody.
I'm not the one.
We get it. You're tough. We get it. We know you're tough. You're a tough guy.
I'm not the one.
It's all good. Grandmaster Troll.
Another man
thank you, brother.
Because he's jealous of his profile.
I'll let you.
Move on. I'll let y'all later.
All right, GMT. Thanks for having me. And I holla. I ain't with that aggression. Oh, it's just us. All right, man. I'll holla at you though.
All right.
Okay, dude.
So closing thoughts. You guys know who the simps are, but I'm gonna address something Nara said. We saw Trump get allegations for a possible sexual assault, rape, whatever. Then we had Joe Biden. He got on TV talking about you should believe all women when they say when they allege to have been violated. And then some months later, somebody alleged that Joe Biden, took advantage and violated another woman. But we see all these people donate to the Biden campaign. They donate to the Trump campaign, millions of dollars. One of them at the beginning of next year will be the leader of the free world, and they basically doing the same stuff we're doing in the manosphere. Nobody gives them any crap about what they're doing. Hell, they'll even go out and vote for them to be the leader of a country and have the ability to impact their daily lives. But when brothers like the Grandmaster Troll, Super Slide, Rash the Bad Guy who report news, or whoever your favorite YouTuber is does it, then all of a sudden it's a problem. But I'm gonna check out the chat one more time before I go. Michael B says, "Don't take this down because she missed the last 30 minutes." My man Richard Conley. Gabe says, $20. You've been funded. Can't get around it. Jessica X. So with that said, I'm getting ready to close out. It was a good stream. It's a good stream. We got a couple more things to open up. I did one vlog already. I'm gonna try to do a couple more vlogs throughout the week. Edit them. I'm really trying to learn this new editing thing. Try to add something new to the Grandmaster Troll. Something very unique that's not going on in this sector of YouTube. Really try to spice things up. Really try to give y'all different content, different trolling content. So be on the lookout for some more content coming up. It's your boy, the Grandmaster Troll. I'm getting this StreamYard thing down. I might use it a bit more, but y'all know who it is. It's your boy, the Grandmaster Troll, most dangerous troll on YouTube. Jessica X, I see you in the chat. You ducking from this one-on-one fade. You ducking this fade, Jessica X, but you gonna give me a day where you come on the Grandmaster Troll show, or if I have to, I'll go on your show where I gotta sit amongst the simps, and I guess we could converse there, and you probably have your simps, really try to jumping from the bullets that I'll be verbally shooting at you. I know what's going to happen. Those simps are going to jump in front of the bullets, dive in front, slow motion, James Bond style. I know how it went on. I saw it happen on Ridge when Ciova dove slow motion. You guys know the slow motion movement, just like on the movies, real dramatic. He dove in front of Jessica X to take that bullet. He got shot, and then Jessica ran up on top of him and said, "Are you okay?" Then as the Ciola was on the ground bleeding to death, taking his last breath, looking up at Jessica, talking about, "I love you." Then he takes his final breath. Then he passes away. That's basically what Ciola did. I know if I go on Jessica X's channel, she gonna have 6 simps sacrifice themselves onto the altar for what is the queen of the black manosphere, Jessica X. I'm out.